My name is Linda Alala. It is a time for Newsfeed. Always a pleasure to take you through the news stories of the day. And we start off right here as the Rakanithi governor, Muthomi Njuki, has been released on a 6 million shillings cash bail. This is after he denied 34.9 million graft charges against him and 15 others. He has also been barred from accessing his office until the graft case is heard and determined. He will also be required to deposit his passport as well as barred from contacting any witnesses in the case. Let's take a look. Alliance Party leader Dr. Ekuru Aukot has been expelled from the party. The party's disciplinary committee resolved to expel embattled party boss after national executive meeting. The party leader, Ekuru Aukot, has been restricted from accessing the party offices. Aukot was suspended last month over allegations of financial impropriety and lack of transparency to party members.
Chair and his team to officially hand over the disciplinary report that was conducted, the investigations and their findings, to the national chair, Mr. Miruru Waweru, on behalf of the NEC officially. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, the disciplinary committee chair and your team. Now, it is because of the report that has been handed over officially to the NEC that we called for this meeting. You recall on 26th, we released a media statement that suspended the party leader, Dr. Ekuru Aukot, pending the disciplinary committee process, which was concluded on 4th. We are happy to report that that process was successful. And today we have a report to present to the public. But I want to read a statement following the outcome of that disciplinary process. And if you allow me, I'll share this statement also with you after this. Now, this statement is to the members of the public and to all media houses. It's chronology of events that led to the expulsion of the Third Way Alliance Kenya party leader, Dr. Ekuru Aukot. As we speak today, this NEC, which is the supreme organ of the party, has today expelled Dr. Ekuru Aukot from Third Way Alliance Kenya and also dismissed him from his position as the party. We wish to bring to the attention of our party members and members of the public that Dr. Ekuru Aukot has today been expelled from the party and dismissed from the office of the Third Way Alliance Kenya party lead. An act that has been dictated by Third Way's strong belief in the rule of law and adherence to the Constitution of Kenya. The party's National Executive Committee that's standing here today unequivocally confirms that our members made the decision without any malice, bias, hatred, despite the former party leader hopping from one media house to another to disparage the recent decision by NEC. In light of that, we enumerate below the events that has led to the expulsion of Dr. Ekuru. Number one, for the long period of time, the party leader has been consistently put to task to account for monies fundraised on behalf of the party and had instead chosen to rubbish any attempt to do so. Number two, on 14th of August 2020, on the same grounds where we are standing today, the national chairperson, Mr. Miruru Waweru, in his wisdom and the knowledge of the party leader, convened a meeting where the party leader and another were to appear and shed light on matters accountability. To accord the party leader a fair hearing, two mediators who are his longtime friends were also invited to the meeting to mediate and give the party involved an independent advisory opinion. The meeting was attended by all the other three NEC members who are also party founding members. That is the Secretary General, the Executive Director, and the National Chairman. Before the commencement of the meeting, Dr. Okot called an ad hoc meeting in his office and asked that one of the mediators present, the Executive Director and the National Chair, to join him. During the meeting, he called the other person on speaker and advised him not to appear. He also angrily and categorically stated that he would not be in any meeting where the party Secretary General was present. While still in the party leader's office, the Executive Director asked him whether he would be agreeable with the contentious issues raised to be tabled before the Supreme organ.
And to matters accountability, Bomet Governor Hilary Werchok has been put to task to explain the underutilization of 1.2 billion shillings in the financial year 2018-2019. Appearing before the Senate County Public Accounts Committee, Werchok was at pains to explain to the Sam Ongeri-led committee the low revenue committee collections despite of the county capable of meeting its target. Let's cross over to Senate.
They didn't go to the regional places where they was meant to be taken to. Governor, you hear the story, the questions from this side, the answers from the Auditor General, what they found on the ground. What is your position?
Thank you, Chair. Thank you. And as you have indicated clearly, this is an area of interest to all of us. Bomet is branding itself as a dairy county, so it's an issue that is very important to me, as well as other members who come from counties that produce milk. Chair, one, I want to indicate that these pasteurizers were actually delivered. And I don't want to sound so defensive. I want to agree with the members that it looks like the needs assessment was not done properly, because even for Kimbilio, when the pasteurizers were actually delivered, we realized that Kimbilio had their own pasteurizer, so there was no need of giving it to that cooperative society. So mistakes were done, Chair. I don't want to say it was not, but once we have equipment that have been supplied and we realize that mistakes were done, we also need to correct, because we cannot continue and perpetuate the same mistakes that were done. And that is why my department did some correction and reallocated those pasteurizers based on the new information that came after they were delivered. So, but what I can assure you, is Honorable Committee, is that there is value for money for the people of Bomet, and as we are speaking, these facilities are reduced, Chair.
I heard Senator Cherege read from your own annex that they are still in the store yet to be supplied. Is that contradictory? That sounds contradictory to what you are now telling us.
A supplementary one, Chair. Maybe the auditors, the governor said they are reduced and functional. Can you confirm the same? Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. We confirm they are now in use and functional, or wherever they have been mounted in. So then, we're splitting hairs here. You ordered them, and mid-course, you now, in your own admission, You say the need assessment was not done. And you did a need assessment, I presume. So what the committee would then require from you is that the original intention, what you meant to do, and the current needs assessment that made you make an executive.
All right, and we'll be giving you details of that reel as and when it hits the newsroom. That is later on our subsequent bulletins. Now let's cross over, and Cultural Association in Malindi County is appealing to Kenyans to help raise funds to purchase land for the construction of a monument to honor independence struggle heroine, that is Mikatilili Wamenza. The Malindi District Cultural Association has launched a pay bill number to raise an initial 500,000 in order to purchase the 2-acre piece of land in Shakahola area of Adu Ward to be used for the construction of the monument and a museum.
Speaking to journalists at the Malindi Cultural Center, Malindi District Cultural Association Secretary General Joseph Morandu says there are fears that the owners of the land are intending to sell it, hence the urgent need to begin the construction of the monument right away.
Tumeanza kufanya mpango ya kununua ile sehemu ya Shujaa Mekatilili Wamenza kule Shakahola, kwa sababu ilikuwa iko karibu kuuzwa na wale wenye ile ardhi. Kwa hivyo kufikia sasa tumefanya mazungumzo na wale wenye ardhi na hata tumewalipa rubuni, na kilichobaki sasa ni kwamba tuendelee kulipa ile balance ambayo imebaki.
According to Karisa, the site in question was the place where the agitation for independence started in Kenya, adding that if it's not conserved, there is danger that the history of Kenya's liberation struggle would be lost.
Hiyo sehemu ambayo ilianza harakati za uhuru katika Kenya, na ikiwa hatuwezi kuihifadhi, basi historia yote ya uhuru wa Kenya ama harakati za uhuru wa Kenya zitakuwa zimedidimia.
The association is now calling upon all patriotic Kenyans to help in restoring an important part of the Kenyan history from disappearing.
Wote wa kutoka pwani, wa Kimijikenda, wa pwani na wa Kenya wote watakao ona kwamba ni vema kuweza kuiweka historia hii na kumbukumbu hii, basi waweze kuchangia katika hii sehemu ya kununua hii ardhi na kufanya maendeleo katika sehemu hii.
And away from that, Trans Nzoia County MCAs are blaming senators who are eyeing the gubernatorial seats for meddling with the revenue sharing deal. This is after Senate failed to agree for the 10th time on the revenue sharing formula. Boniface Beraza reports.
According to Sirende Ward MCA Alfred Weswa, the devolved units have been held ransom due to what he termed as individual senators' ambition of becoming county bosses in 2022 general elections.
Kiambia wananchi sasa pesa asiji sababu ya malumbano ya Senate, watu wanasema hata ni heri hiyo Senate basi tolewe, sababu ni kama Senate wengi wanaangalia mambo ya 2022. Maseneta wengi wanataka kuomba viti za ugavana. Na tumesema sisi kama viongozi, tumesema waja masenate wajibike na waone ya kwamba watu wa Kenya katika hizi counties wanateseka. Waweze kuacha hii mambo ya malumbano, wakubaliane.
West has pointed out that majority of the devolved unit workforce have failed to meet their daily needs, as some are unable to pay even house rent due to delayed pay.
Wafanyikazi wetu wengi ni vijana wale wameandikwa wanaishi kwa nyumba ya wanapangisha. Saizi wakienda wana landlords wamewathreaten, wengine wametimuliwa kwa nyumba zao. Kuna watu wamekopa loans. Kuna watu walichukua loan kwa benki. Ukifanya kazi unaenda kuomba loan ukijua kwamba ukipata mshahara itakatwa. Most institutions zile zimekuwa zinakopesha microfinances na banks zimeanza kuthreaten kuuza mali za wafanyikazi.
On his part, Kinyoro Ward MCA Lawrence Mogosu, development has been affected as he calls on President Uhuru Kenyatta, Deputy President William Ruto, and former Premier Raila Odinga to call their teams into order to be able to solve the matter amicably.
Senators hawawezi bishana kwa muda yote hii bila kupata alisi mwafaka ya jambo ambayo inatakana kwa mfano kama revenue. So I'm asking the Vice Excellency, the President, Deputy President, na Raila ambayo wameleta ndani ya serikali, wakae chini wakubaliane mpangilio kwamba revenue ya Kenya hii ma senators wa agree isikuwe tu siasa tena.
Similar sentiments have been echoed by the locals.
Seneti, tafadhali, naomba maseneta wetu waweze kufanya dialogue ili tafadhali waweze kutupatia nafasi fedha zikuje kwa county, kwa sababu county tunaumia sana.
Constituency ya Kwanza kuna sehemu ambao watu wanakaa juu ya maji. Sasa badala watu wasaidie hiyo sehemu kwa watu kupata mashamba mahali pa kwenda, watu wanagongana Senate. So watu wanakaa kwa maji ama ni Senate wanagongana kwa sababu ambayo haina sababu yote inasaidia wananchi.
Boniface Barasa, TV47, Trans Nzoia County.
Thanks, Boniface, for that. Now, Kenyans from all walks of life have continued to express their utter disgust with leaders throwing toxic words in the ensuing political divisions in the country. This as Kapseret lawmaker Oscar Sudi insisted that he will not apologize over recent remarks aimed at President Uhuru Kenyatta and the Kenyatta family. Mwangi Minor reports.
Addressing the media in Kapseret earlier this morning, Sudi says he will not apologize to anyone, standing by his words. The lawmaker insists that President Uhuru Kenyatta has sidelined his deputy William Ruto in the ruling Jubilee government. Sudi insists that he is in the right mind and no one should be asked to apologize on his behalf. He says he's not aware that police officers are looking for him, for he has not committed any crime. For the second day in a row, Kenyans have taken to the streets to condemn reckless politicians and their reckless utterances following perceived personal attacks to President Uhuru Kenyatta and her mother, Mama Ngina Kenyatta. From Nakuru to Nyeri to Murang'a and Nairobi, the clarion call is respect for all mothers. In Gatundu town, President Uhuru Kenyatta's backyard, residents castigated Kapseret MP Oscar Sudi and Emuruadi Kirs Johana Ngeno and asked the two to issue an immediate apology not only to President Uhuru Kenyatta but to all Kenyans.
Ngeno, tumekasirika. Asabu hata nyinyi mko na wazazi na hatuwezi tukasema siasa tutengisha wazazi wetu. Hiyo hatutakubali. So tunataka kusema hivi, wakati Mama Ngina Kenyatta alipoachwa na mume wake, alirudi nyumbani kwenda kulea watoto wake. Hatujai umuona hata wakati mmoja anawania kitu chochote cha kisiasa. So tunasikia vibaya sana tukimwona akiingizwa kwa mambo ya siasa, akitusiwa, akiambiwa mambo haina msingi.
Mwenye alitusi mama ya president, hiyo jambo haikutufurahisha. Sasa anatuonyesha kitu baya kutusi mtu mwenye ni mzee. Instead aenda seek advice, afai kutusi mtu mwenye ni mzee kumliko. Na sisi vijana hatukufurahia.
Early this morning in Kirinyaga County, residents echoed the same remarks, asking politicians to throw tirades among themselves and leave mothers alone from their insults.
Tunaomba sisi tupatie heshima kama wamama wa Kirinyaga, tumekataa. Wazazi Kenya mzima wamama ni waheshimiwe, ni wanaume. Wanaume ni wao wenyewe, wapelekane na mambo yao vile wanapelekana, lakini mzazi wa mama wasiingizwe hapo ndani.
Alizaliwa na mzazi. Na unaona wengine wanaenda kutukana mpaka wazazi walio na umri iliyozidi hata umri ya mama zao, hata umri ya mabibi zao. Unaona hiyo sio mfano mwema. Na mimi nataka kukashifu siasa kama hizo.
Hakuna aliye juu ya sheria kutusi akina mama na hakuna aliye juu ya sheria atusi mkumbwa wa nchi.
In Nyeri, women leaders led by Nyeri Deputy Governor Dr. Caroline Karogo said it is disdainful for politicians to throw insults left, right and center to the extent of invoking the name of the president's mother. In Nakuru town, residents who are demonstrating retaliated that Kenyans have no space and an inch of honor to leaders who do not respect each other.
Kutukanaga mama ya mtu is very bad. Hata wewe huwezi kubali mama yako akitukano. Na tuache kuongea about anybody's life ya kuhusu watu yao.
Baada ya matusi hajakamatwa. Hakuna special standards katikati yake na mheshimiwa Ngeno. Hii watu wawekwe ndani.
Tunaomba huyo MP ashikwe, achukuliwe hatua, iwe funzo kwake na kwa wale wengine.
Mwangi Maina, TV47, Nairobi.
Now, the Kenya Union of Doctors and Health Workers Societies have given a 14-day strike ultimatum to the county government of Narok, led by South Rift Branch Secretary KMPDU Dr. Davji Bimji cited an increased failure on the county to honor the 2017 collective bargaining agreement. They are calling for employment of more healthcare workers and issuance of medical insurance.
Denied by the county over the years, and several forums that have been brought forth has failed to implement these. And secondly, we also look at it that there's been a pandemic, and then the doctors and all the healthcare workers have been tired that they cannot offer optimum services because of the shortages.
Workers in Narok County are asking for comprehensive health cover from NHIF. We have had county government saying that they have employed. They have employed true, but those are universal healthcare workers under the UHC. All what we are asking the county government is, can these health workers be absorbed in the county?
For the third time, a Nairobi court led by Chief Magistrate Francis Ndai visited the Africa Spirit factory. The factory was marked as a scene of crime in February 2019 for being in possession of counterfeit KRA exercise terms and illegal KRA labels, illegal ethanol and tax evasion, and death of a police officer at the premises. The tour was meant to ascertain tampering with evidence by police officers manning the premises following an application made by the defense team. According to defense lawyer Wilfred Neritu, the court observed horrible scenes in various warehouses where there were a number of breakages, empty alcohol bottles, tampering with KRA seals that sealed the doors, empty ethanol barrels, among others. The case is set to be mentioned virtually on the 28th of this month.
The warehouses that were supposed to have been secured with KRA seals and without which they were supposed to, which were not supposed to be entered into, have certainly been entered into. Of particular note is that there are lots of empty bottles of drinking water with a production date that is only a few months ago, May or March of 2020, which is more than a year after the premises were supposed to be completely securely sealed. There's a lot of evidence of drinks that have been taken, alcoholic drinks that have been taken, and in addition to that, there is evidence of loss of CPUs for computers, breakages into drawers, and certainly the indication is that the scene has not been secured for the last 1 and 8 months or so that it is supposed to have been secured.
LG Electronics Company has launched its first commercial laundry reference site in East Africa. The company introduced new range of commercial washers and dryers at the Point Mall, Buruburu. Speaking during the launch that was attended by the company's managing director for East Africa, that is Sanyung Kim, and corporate communications manager Hai Wong Im, Kenya's managing director Shailesh Kanani said that the site will offer efficient services to consumers and will go a long way defining how laundry is done.
To all our first commercial laundromat, the laundry launch. I would like to thank all the team members at Hotpoint, LG, Prestine to turn our joint vision into the reality that brings us all here today. We believe the Kenya consumers need innovative, cost-effective solutions for their laundry needs, and that is what we aim to offer. With our competitive rates, pick-up and drop-off service, phone application, and the state-of-the-art machines, we aspire to change the way that many Kenyan consumers do their laundry. In these trying times of COVID and Mama Fua, our consumers are very cautious, the LG machines will ensure the highest level of hygiene.
And now to sports, and Portugal beat 10-man Sweden